Hello, I'm Emily. I work at the TLS Writing Center and I'm a writing consultant there. And today we'll be covering MLA Works Cited. So MLA Works Cited page basic formatting. All entries in the Works Cited page must correspond to the works cited in your main text. You begin your Works Cited page on a separate page at the very end of your paper, and then you label the Works Cited and you label the page Works Cited and center the word Works Cited at the top of the page. Do not bold, italicize, or put them in quotation marks. Entries should always be alphabetized, be double spaced, align with the left margin, and utilize a hanging indent. So the MLA Works Cited core elements, each entry of the works cited is composed of facts common to most works, the MLA core elements. They are assembled in a specific order. So you'll have containers. The concept of containers is crucial to the MLA style. When the source being documented forms a part of a larger whole, the larger whole can be thought of as a container that holds that source. For example, a short story that may be contained in an anthology. The short story is the source and the anthology is the container. And right here we can see an example of so. So first you'll have the author, the title of the source, and then next is like the container box. So you'll have the title of the container, the contributor, the version, the number, the publisher, the publication date, and then the location. So MLA Works Cited page books. So these are a couple of examples. It will be the last name, the first name, the title of the book, the publisher, and then the publication date. If you have a book with two authors, you'll have last name, and then first name, last name. Title of the book, the publisher, and then the publication date. With three or more authors, though, you just name the last name, the first name, and then you put it's all at the end after the comma after the first name. You'll have the title of the book, the publisher, and then the publication date. An edition of the book will be last name, first name, the title of the book, period, the edition number, the publisher, and the publication date. An edited book will have the last name, first name, the title of the book, edited by, first name, last name of the editors, the publisher, and then the publication date. Lastly, in our examples is an ebook. It will be the last name, the first name, title of the book, and then you'll put in the words ebook, and then you'll have the publisher, and then the publication date. And then lastly, all the titles of the book, as you can see in our examples, they will be in italics. All right, so MLA Works Cited page. This is kind of like the general citation for periodicals. So you're going to have the author, the title, the container. It's self-contained if it's a book, though. Other contributors, this will be translators or editors that kind of changed the original source. Then it will be the version or the edition. It'll be the number, such as like the volume or the number. Next is the publisher. Then it's the publisher date. Then it's the location, such as page numbers. Then it's the second container's titles, other contributors, the version, the number, the publisher, the publication date, and then the location yet again, which will be page numbers. And then you'll leave out any information that does not apply. So these are some examples we have written out. So the first one is going to be an article in a magazine or a newspaper. So it'll be the authors, the title of the article in quotation marks, title of the periodical in italics, the day, the month, the year, and then lastly, you'll have pages. So in our example, you can see it's Ponswick James, period. TV makes too close call in quotation marks. We have time, which is in italics. That's going to be the title of the periodical. Then we have the date, 20 November 2000. And then lastly, we have the page numbers, which is 70 through 71. All righty, moving down to article in a scholarly journal, we have the authors, the title of the article in quotations again, the title of the journal, and then we have the volume, the issue, the year, and the pages. So in our example, we have Bagchi Alagnada as our names. And then in quotation marks is our title. After our title, we're going to have the title of the journal, which is Tulsa Studies in Women's Literature. After that, we'll have the volume number, volume 15, number 1. After that, we'll have the year. And then finally, we'll end with the page numbers, which is going to be pages 41 through 50. Alrighty, MLA Works Cited page, online periodicals. So this is our first example is going to be an article in a web magazine. So we have Bernstein Mark, which is the name. 10 tips on writing the living web. That's going to be the title of the article in the web magazine. And then a list apart for people who make websites. This is going to be kind of the title of the magazine. The date, 16 August 2002. And then lastly, we got the URL and the access date, which is accessed for May 2009. Articles in an online scholarly journal, that's going to look a bit different. Again, we have our last name, first name, the title in quotation marks, the title of the journal in italics, and that's Social Work and Society, the International Online Only Journal. After the journal title will be your volume number, and that's volume 6. And then the issue number is number 2. The year is 2008. And then lastly, you'll put down the URL. And then our last example is an article from an online database. So that's going to be our 2 authors. We have last name, first name, and first name, last name. So our next is going to be the title of the article. So it's going to be Toxicity of Nitrate to 3 Species of Freshwater Invertebrates. That is going to be in quotation marks. Next, we have the title of the journal it's in. So that's going to be Environmental Toxology, volume 21, issue 1. So it's going to be volume 21, number 1. After that is going to be the date it was published. So that's going to be 3 February 2006. Next are the page numbers, pages 90 through 94. Next is going to be where you got it from. That's going to be Wiley Online Library, the database. And lastly is going to be the DOI number. Alrighty, so MLA Works Cited page, other online sources. MLA uses the word access to denote the date in which you access the web page when it was available or necessary. It's not required, but it's encouraged, especially if there's no copyright date listed on the website. So our first example is going to be a website. It's last name, first name, and then it's going to be the title, Guide to Literary and Critical Theory. Next is going to be the title of the website, which is Purdue U. Next is going to be the date the information was published, which was 28 November 2003. Next is going to be the URL. And finally, you'll put the access date. And so this person accessed this information on 10 May 2006. Next will be a web page. So again, we have last name, first name, Lundvin Susan. How to make vegetarian chili. That's going to be in quotations because that's the title of the web page. Next is we're going to have the title of the website, which is eHow. After that, we are going to have the URL. And then finally, we're going to put our access date again. And it was accessed on 6 July 2015. Up next is an image. So this one is going to be, again, last name, first name. The image is going to be in italics, not in quotations. You can leave off the quotations. And so the title of this image is called Twittering Machine. The date that the image was made is going to be 1922 from the source, Museum of Modern Art, from the place, New York. And then where the image was found is going to be the archive. And then after that, the URL is provided. After the provided URL will be the access date of May 2006. Lastly is going to be the video example. So we have last name, first name. The videos will be put in quotation marks, not italics. So as you can see, gaming and productivity is going to be in quotation marks. Next is going to be the source where you found it from. That's going to be YouTube, put in italics. You'll go and put the upload date. So it was uploaded by Big Think. Those are the people who uploaded it to YouTube. And then next you're going to have the date, which is 3 July 2012. In this example, though, there is no access date. Mm. Okay, MLA, how do I cite? We have only covered the most commonly cited sources in this presentation. If you have questions about how to cite other types of sources, remember that the TLS Writing Center has several copies of the MLA handbook that you can view simply by visiting our office. So we have also provided our website that provides many sources on how to cite an MLA, as well as in other formatting styles. We have the MLA style website up, and then again, we all recommend Purdue OWL. That is a wonderful website for formatting help. Alrighty, and this was our reference in creating this PowerPoint slide. Um, thank you all for watching today, and I hope you are all able to understand more about MLA.